Right then, good evening and welcome to the Amadeitist church service. Outline of the service this evening will be as follows. We'll have an opening prayer, and we'll have an address, followed by some music. Then we'll have a moment's silence for our distant healing list, followed by some music. Then we'll have a demonstration of mediumship given this evening by our guest medium, Veronica Jenkins. It just flashed around on my screen and disappeared to the other side. This will be followed by our notifications and a closing prayer. And as usual, the chat will stay open at the end for anybody who wishes to stay and chat. Okay, so I will now hand over to you, Veronica, for our opening prayer.
Thank you. Can I ask that we all come together and open up our hearts, our minds, and our spirits to that love that we call God? Can we use that love in healing, sending it out to the four corners of the earth, to the places we will never go and the people that we will never hear of, but whose need is so desperate at this time? Can we ask that love is sent to healing and to the leaders of the world, that the decisions that they make enable us to live in peace and harmony with the world? Can I ask that that love be used in healing to our families, our friends, and all those who are suffering with COVID at this time? And finally, can I ask that that love be used in the communication between the two worlds, enabling proof of survival and solace where there is grief? Amen.
Amen. Okay, in your own time, Veronica, I'll hand back to you for the address.
Okay. I'd like to talk this evening about prayer. Prayer comes in many shapes, sizes, methodologies, anything under the sun in many ways, really. When we think about prayer initially, personally, it takes me back to my childhood and going to church every Sunday with my parents, where prayer was very much a set program, a set group of words that you had to say in a certain way at certain points of the service. It wasn't an open prayer at all, it was set. And you learnt the words over the months, over the years that you went to each of the prayers. And they became, when I got older, a point where I thought, well, I'm not really feeling these words, and all I'm doing is saying, what is the point of prayer if all it is words that you're saying? Coming into spiritualism, there's a totally different connotation with prayers, because we don't have a prayer book. We don't have set prayers that we say. Now, I've developed over my time of mediumship a set prayer that I say at the beginning when opening up the service, and it's become kind of a mantra for me to say that in that set format. But it's words that have developed and grown through the years of doing this into that format. So they mean something quite deep to me, and means something in the communication that I have with spirit as I say those words, which is a very different form of prayer than just repeating words that somebody else has developed and you're just repeating them. I would question the point of that, other than if you make those words your own. And people do develop prayers from words of other people and make them their own, and that becomes part of mantras, where mantra is very different from a prayer, because it is deep, it's within ourselves, and we're meditating almost on each and every word within that mantra, within that prayer that we're saying at that point. So I just want to make you think a bit next time you say your prayers. Am I saying a prayer that is actually somebody else's words? Do I understand those words? Do I feel those words? Are those words actually a connection between myself and spirit? When I pray, am I just sending thoughts out into the world? Or is it more deeper than that? because we can just send thoughts into the world through prayer. But wouldn't it be deeper to actually contact our own spirit and pull out from our spirit into the world the words and the thoughts and the feelings that are from spirit to the world? And it's who do we pray to? When I went to church, it was very much we prayed to Jesus, we prayed to God, and it was a focus on a person. It was a personified God, it was a person in Jesus. Now, no matter what your beliefs in God are, that prayers usually go to that God. But an interesting twist, I always think, is within spiritualism, we believe that we are all part of God. God is part of us. So those prayers are going to that deeper part of us, that part of us that is God, that part of us that connects to the infinite. And we, at that point, are connecting both ourselves, the infinite part of ourselves, to the infinite of the world. So use prayers carefully, use prayers thoughtfully, and they can hopefully develop the whole world through those prayers, send healing through those prayers, and make the world a better place. Thank you for listening.
Lovely, Veronica, and very meaningful too. Thank you. Lovely. I haven't heard that version before. But if you'd all like to join me now in a moment's silence as we send out healing to all those who are in need this evening. And if you have anybody that you know who's in need of healing, please hold them in your thoughts as I read out the healing prayer. Gracious Spirit, of thy goodness, hear our anxious prayer. Take our loved ones who are suffering, neath thy tender care. Loving Father, hear us. Gracious Spirit, may thy presence shed a healing ray, turning all their night of darkness into glorious day. Loving Father, hear us. Gracious Spirit, shouldst thou claim them, be their light and guide. Lead them to the heavenly kingdom, safely by thy side. Loving Father, hear us. Amen.
Open my eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Place in my hands the wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. voices of truth thou sendest clear, and while your whispers fall on my ear, everything false will disappear. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my ears, illumine me. Oh, Holy Spirit divine.
Very powerful words. Love that song. Now, it gives me great pleasure to hand over to our guest medium this evening, Veronica. Please send out your loving thoughts to her as she links into Spirit on our behalf. Over to you, Veronica.
Thanks, Kevin. I was just thinking while I was listening to that, how much that song is a prayer in itself. In the same way, the healing prayer that you say as part of the service is actually the healing song. So it's amazing how we use words in that way, and it's wonderful. Maria, could I come to you? I think I'm with you, please. Is it all right to work with you?
Yes, it is okay working with me. That's fine. Thank you, Veronica.
Oh, and hearing your voice there actually just confirms what I was just about to say. I've got a lady with me whose first language was not English, and she just spoke with such a strong accent. And I was just, I wanted to give you her, and just hearing your voice there, I recognise. Is this Mum, please, in spirit?
No, it can't be Mum.
It can't be Mum, so I'd want Grandma then. I've got a lady here who I feel would have been cuddly in size, not too big, but certainly not thin in size. A lady that would have. She's showing me worry beads, not worry beads. You know, the beads for Roman Catholics.
Rosemary, yes.
That's the Rose. Sorry, I couldn't place the name for that. Rosary beads, as though she would have a set that she would keep and that would be personal to her. Would this make sense with your grandmother?
Yes, it does make sense with her.
Okay. Yes. A lady that I feel went through an awful lot of difficulty in her life, that there would have been a lot of pain in her life, a lot of loss in her life. But I feel that she would have been very much determined to make the most out of life when she could, but she would go into some quite deep depressions, I feel, at times. When it would get a bit too much for her. Would you understand this about Grandma?
Yes, I can take it. Yes,
yeah.
I can.
Would you understand Poland? Is it Poland? That kind of country?
No.
No. Okay. It's me with this accent, with the accent. Sorry. She's talking about smoking, but I don't feel it was her that smoked. But I feel that there would have been somebody that she would get into arguments about about smoking, would that make sense to you?
No.
Does it make sense to you? Is it you that is having arguments with somebody on the earth plane about smoking?
No arguments.
But
I just
discussion.
mentioned something to her that it's not healthy to smoke.
Right. Okay. That's what she's obviously referring to, where there's discussions about, you know, that you shouldn't be doing it, or that
Yes.
kind of thing, because I think her approach might be a bit tougher than yours has been. That's the kind of the personality that she's coming across with.
Yes,
here,
yes, she was, yes.
She would be a lot tougher about how to manage that.
Yes.
Because she's worried about the health implications of this. Okay. And as I'm saying that, she's making me aware of a shortness of breath. So again, I'd want this with her, though, that before she passed, there would have been a shortness of breath around her.
I wouldn't know. Shortness of breath. Non lo so. Tu lo sai, Paola? Se gli mancava respiro, la nonna. I wouldn't know.
Okay.
My mom does.
Your mum suffers from shortness of breath at
My
this
mom,
time.
she suffers some. Yes, she does.
Okay. And is there, if I'm right here, there'll be times when there's a sharp stabbing pain in her chest, with the breathing, not the heart, but with the breathing, that there's a sharpness there at times. Would she understand that, please?
I need to ask her. I don't know about the pain.
Okay. But if you could ask her then, because obviously your grandmother's concerned around this. Okay. But I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know in terms of your mum already knowing about this. Okay. It's not any predictions or anything. It's what is already there. Okay. And would you understand as well where there's issues with toes and feet?
Yes, she does. Toes especially. Yes, she's got sore toes.
Yeah. Because again, it's bringing that healing in and support there. And this is Mum's mum, isn't it? Because she's saying that you should never listen as a child, never mind now.
It's true, actually.
So she wouldn't expect her to listen now, because your mum's got a real stubborn streak about her, according to your grandmother.
Yes, she does.
And she's actually saying that it's jumped a generation to your daughter.
Sorry?
That stubborn streak has jumped a generation to your daughter, because she's giving me the impression that you very much a more give and take personality, where your daughter is very much like your mom.
My son.
Sorry.
On my knees, yeah. My son on my knees, yes.
Right, but I would go with the niece, because it's a female that I'm getting, that where it's jumped a generation and there's a stubbornness there.
Yes.
Okay. Is it the niece with the smoking, please?
She's the one who's smoking, yes.
Yeah, that would make sense then. Okay. She's talking about 1945 being a particular year that would mean something in the family. Okay, so you might need to talk to your mum. I feel that there would have been a lot of changes. The world changed in 1945 because of the war and stuff, but I feel that there would have been big changes in the family in that year, that would have been particular to your family. Okay. And because she's bringing that as very much a time of change for her. Okay. And have you been, I've got to ask this as a question, because I don't quite understand what she's going on about if it's not this. Have you been doing family research, family tree research?
No, I haven't.
Right. Well, what she's giving me is that it's almost like somebody's been trying to look back in the family tree, because beyond her father, there's difficulty getting back. There's loss of memory of that level of generation and anything about them. Yeah.
Yes, somebody did, but lots of many years ago. And yes, we know about at some point we have lost. There is no more. It's no more traceable, basically.
No more traceable.
Yeah.
But she had memories of that level of people. She's talking about she herself would have had memories that she could have passed on and she didn't. And she's talking in particular about Elizabeth, somebody of that name. So, oh gosh, I'm terrible with pronunciation. But it's a Cracknell or something along those lines, okay? So I don't know whether you're in touch with the person who was doing that research, whether that would mean anything to them or not, but that's what she's giving as a kind of link for that, okay? She's saying that when I talked earlier about prayers, that you give prayers up to the world, you pray on a regular basis.
Yes, I do.
And that it's very important to you to have that connection of prayer. And she is referring you back to what I was saying about having that going inside with the words as well as going outside, because they the ones that touch your heart and then go out for her heart make a real difference with the healing and being heard, I want to say. Okay. And with that, she's saying the support is there for you. Okay. They can't physically hug you, but they do love you and they are there for you.
Oh, lovely.
And time will heal. Time will heal. Okay.
Okay, lovely.
Okay. And I just want to leave you with a lot of love from your grandmother there. Okay.
Brilliant.
If I can give you some dates, I want the 23rd of July as being a birthday and the 14th of October being a passing. Okay. So I'll leave those with you just to check out with the family. All right.
All right, I will. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for working with me.
Thank you very much, Veronica. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Nadia, could I come to you, please? Hi, Nadia. There we are.
I am Nadia.
Hi.
I'm Italian, don't understand too much English.
Okay. Okay. I've got a lady with me who I feel was quite large in size. Would have been bigger than me in size. A lady that very much the same colouring of hair as yourself, very dark coloured hair that would have kept that colour of hair for quite a long time in her life, way past normally when people would have gone grey. I want her still having that really lovely dark hair. Would that make sense? That description makes sense to you of a lady that's passed?
No.
No? Okay. Let me see what...
No, ma capelli grigi.
I have a lady that would have lived in a village community, a small village community. I don't want a big urban, but small village with fields around and
yes.
trees. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
This is making sense, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sono sì.
The lady that I feel I've got would have passed with a heart condition. I feel that her heart would have had heart disease for a period of time, and she would have slowly got worse and had a lot of health problems because of the problems with her heart.
Di cuore. Is it a man? Il fratello. Fratello di
It's a
Cosimo.
lady that I've got.
Cosa ho detto?
Can I come in, Veronica? Just
I
to
was going to
clarify?
say, would you like to join in, Maria? Make life a little
Am
bit
I still
easier.
with you, Maria?
No, it's with her. It's not related to me, but she's saying that the person who had heart problems was a man. Related, it was a man, not a woman.
Right, okay. I do feel as though I've got a woman here with the heart problems, though, not a gentleman. I don't want to change it to
Dice che una donna. Sorry.
it's okay.
Cos'è che fa? Non lo so.
Okay. Just
Ma
want to get
adesso?
more evidence here, just to make sure I am with you, because it could be that I'm with somebody else. All right. The lady that, as I say, I've got living in a village with fields around, trees around the village.
Non so, alla mamma.
And I feel there would have been problems with her skin as well, that there would have been skin problems on her arms particularly.
Non lo so, mamma di Ennio, alla fin fine che problemi aveva. Non so.
She said she's not actually sure. She's not actually sure because she doesn't know the person that well. She didn't know the person that well.
Okay. Right. Again, I'm going to ask a confirmation question to make sure I am with you, because there's too many unsureties here. All right. Would you understand the name of Robert or Roberto Robert on the earth plane?
Conosci qualcuno di nome Roberto?
No. I'm not with you then. Sorry. Kevin, I'm going to have to open that for everybody else. So if I can go through the description of the lady that I've got, she's quite a large lady, a lady that would have had heart disease before she passed. Lovely dark hair that she would have worn quite long for a lot of her life.
Is that with you, Bernadette?
I can take the lady with the dark hair.
Yeah.
Very dark, even when she passed, and the name of Robert is my son's name.
Right. And would you understand the heart disease as well with her?
I know she did have heart disease.
Yeah, I'm with you then, Bernadette. And would you understand living in a village community as well?
Yes, she did. She did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Nadia, I'm obviously with Bernadette. Okay. A lady that I feel would have worked extremely hard through her life.
Yes.
She would have been responsible for, I feel, a number of children. I want about six or seven children there.
Well, it's my nana, and my mum had 7 children. She used to come and help with us. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. And she said it was unusual because usually it's the girls that are a problem rather than the boys. But in this family, it was always the boys that were the problem rather than the girls.
Yes, we were outnumbered by them. More boys than girls.
Girls.
And they were problems.
And she's showing me that because she's got quite a sense of humor, I want to say, because she's showing me a little tot glass that she would have a drink, a quick drink out out of them. That helped. That helped.
Probably. I know someone else who would have had that tot as well, related to
Okay.
her. So,
Okay. But she's very much said with laughter, because it was again a coping mechanism for her, that she would use humour to diffuse the situation, because
Yes.
things could get fraught at times, I want to say. And
yes.
her way of dealing with that is to use humour through it. And the reason she's bringing this in is there's a situation around you currently that is getting a bit fraught, I want to say, that
Yes.
is involving men.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So she's giving you this tot of drink to have,
you.
just to go and saying, deal with it with humour. Deal with it with humour. Because
Okay.
if you go like that, you'll end up like that.
Okay.
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 But with the humour, it'll push everything down, dissolve it a bit. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Veronica.
She's also saying that there's a lady on the earth plane at the moment that you're particularly worried about health wise.
Yes.
And she's very much wanting to bring healing in around there. And but she's saying that you give out healing.
Yes, I do.
And she's saying that she's giving me a lot of blue with that healing. I know most healers will use blue in their healing, but it's especially strong with you, and it's really light, vibrant blue. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And she's saying that you are aware of a passing recently as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, a
Yes.
gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It was knowing that it was coming up.
Yes,
It was
yes.
a death that people knew that was coming up. He'd said his goodbyes and was at peace to go.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. And he's made that transition fine, and he's breathing again. He's saying he's breathing again. So there must have been a problem with his breathing before he's passed, because he's just giving this great big deep breath in, as though that would have been a real problem for him before he passed.
Yes.
Okay. So he's just taking that breath in, and he's feeling free now, because I feel towards the end there he was felt very much trapped in his body.
Yes.
And there was a level of pain with that the drugs didn't fully touch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's lost now. That's lost. So
Brilliant.
he's made that transition. He's feeling absolutely great and loving coming back and visiting people. And he's saying about your washing up. You be careful with the washing up. Did something break in the washing up?
No. Well, no. I actually only wash up once a day. That's probably what he's talking about. So it could break. I'll be careful.
No, I'm not making predictions with this. It's something that he's aware of with the washing up.
Oh, funny.
Okay.
Lovely.
And I want to say he's got quite a sense of humour as well.
Yes.
Because
yes.
he was very
Lovely.
much saying that to bring the laughter through. Okay.
Lovely.
Because you would understand, I don't know whether it's his mum or his wife that would have kept the house spotless.
Yes.
Would not have had washing up left on the side.
That was his wife.
Right. So he wasn't when he came round to visit, he wasn't used to that.
No, he wasn't. Never mind.
But he's just bringing that laughter and that love through, and thanks to you for how you helped him.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the help that you give his family now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
That's lovely.
I want to give you a couple of dates. I want the 25th of June and the 15th of June as well. The 25th I want as a passing and the 15th as a birthday.
It's the 17th, but you're pretty close.
Okay.
Of June,
Okay.
yeah.
And the passing and the 25th as well, but you'll find that.
Yeah, I will. I
Okay.
think that was the gentleman, that was when he passed. I'll need to check it.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Okay.
sure the exact date.
Okay. And he's wanting to take things forward about 3 months when things will start to settle down a lot for you.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
And just a lot of love and thanks from this gentleman.
Brilliant.
Thank you for working
Veronica.
with
Bless
me.
you. Thank you, love. Thank you.
Kim, can I work with you, please? Kim Allensby.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Okay. I've got a gentleman with me who I feel would have worked in mining, because I've got coal dust and breathing problems with this. Would this make sense to you, please?
Sort of, yeah. I did know someone, but I don't know if they've passed.
Right. Would you? I'm trying to get a name here, and nothing's settling with me with it. So the gentleman that I've got was a smoker as well, and he's showing me enjoying a pint there as well. Okay.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
He's a gentleman that I feel would have passed with the lung condition, because I think the combination of the coal dust and the smoking just didn't work with his lungs, and I feel that he died much earlier than he should have in life. I want 50s, 60s, early 60s, if that.
Okay.
Would that make sense to the gentleman you're thinking of?
It's not connected to me, but it's connected to someone I know. Yes.
Right, okay. Sometimes when they're that keen to get through, they'll jump into anybody's message. If I can give you some more information to pass on to the person that this is linked for, please. Because I feel that he has tried to come through and make contact with this other person before. So I'm not sure whether this will have been through you or direct to her, or actually through another person as well, but he has tried to make contact with the lady on the earth plane. It's the lady on the earth plane, isn't it? That you
it's my daughter's granddad.
Right. Would you understand as well, again, problems with the feet, not so much the toes this time, but the feet and the ankles, and I'm getting swelling and discomfort and some cramping there. Would that make sense either with this gentleman or yourself or somebody around you, please? Because
No, that's with me.
It's with you, okay?
Yeah.
And as you say that, wanting some foot massage going on there to get circulation. And he's talking about with that, about movement, that you've found it difficult to get your body moving and for your body to flow. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, because I've had 10 operations on my feet.
Oh gosh, okay. So he's bringing that healing in around you, okay? And know that they're working. And he's saying you believe in angels.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's actually bringing with him the angels healing on your feet. And within a couple of days, here's a prediction, your feet will feel an awful lot better. Okay? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. He's a gentleman that I feel on the earth plane would have had actually quite profound religious beliefs, but I don't feel he would have talked about them at all. But I feel that he would have had an understanding of angels and the spirit world as well.
He did, and he was very private about it.
Yeah. And he's sorry, I'm not sure what he's trying to give me here. He's wanting to bring in that depth of belief for yourself, because he's saying that at times, I know you've just said about belief in angels, you have doubted because of things that have been happening, and it has made you question. Would you understand that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just trying to bring that faith, that belief in. So it is real, it's not imaginary, and it's hard to accept, but things do happen for a reason at different times to teach us the life's journey that we're on our current pathway. And that at times does involve pain, does involve difficulty until we actually learn the lesson. And sometimes we have to go really, really deep to get to that lesson. Okay. So
Okay.
it's a lot to think about and a lot to accept within that, because we don't want pain in our lives. We don't want the things that give us pain. And that kind of makes us pull back into ourselves. But actually at times we can go so deep into ourselves, we can actually touch our spirit. Okay.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to leave you with his love, his spirituality, his belief. All right.
Thank you.
I want to give you a June date again, 22nd of June for a passing. And I want to go to December, early December, the 3rd of December for a birthday. So I'll leave those dates with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Julia, could I come to you, please?
Yes, finally.
Hi, Julia.
Hello.
Right, I've got a lady here who I feel quite thin-framed with, that would have suffered from an awful lot of nausea before she passed, making me feel quite sickly and phlegmy with that as well. And she's got showing me herself with a hanky that she'd with that. And I feel that a lady that she would have got frailer and frailer until her body just gave up in the end.
Exactly.
I don't feel her mind gave up, because she was quite a stubborn lady, determined. She says, not stubborn, determined. But a lady that would have found laughter and would have found joy in the simplest of things in life, I want to say as well. That she had for most of her life a level of peace inside of her that people could just feel, that just being with her, you'd feel peaceful with.
Yeah,
and
I'd agree with that.
It's because she was happy in herself. She knew who she was. She wasn't striving to find herself or to be anything other than who she was. And this is what she's wanting to bring for you. That don't find yourself. You're already there. You are yourself. It's about accepting yourself and loving yourself for who you are now, this minute. You might be different in 5 minutes' time, you might be different in 5 years' time, but now, this moment in time, you are perfect who you are, and love yourself for that. And that was her secret, I want to say. That was her secret of being. Okay. And she's saying, let all of the outside stuff that is giving you so much anxiety just go. Just go. It's got nothing to do with you. You are perfect in here, and that's all you need. Okay? You've got the love of your family around you, both on the earth plane and in spirit. She's saying that you actually touch her in spirit. That
Okay.
there are times that you feel her, because she will bring peace to you, or suddenly feel peaceful, as if she was actually physically there herself,
Okay.
because she is there, just in spirit.
Okay.
Okay, and so you know she's around you by the peace that she will bring you. Okay, she's drawing my attention to your necklace. Now, I don't know whether it's that necklace or there is a necklace that would connect to her, please.
Not to her, but
But
it
you
is an
would-
important necklace.
It's important.
Yeah.
Okay. So I presume because she was connected, pointing it
Yeah.
out, it was a connection to her. She's actually saying it's okay to let things go. They're only things, okay? Because the connection is spirit to spirit, not object to object, okay?
Okay.
So she, again, wanting to go deeper and make that spiritual connection with the experiences that you've been having recently, okay? That they're part of that spiritual journey that you will come out of with so much strength and so much happiness, I want to say, okay? Because you will be happy with you.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't feel she's got much more to bring through at this point for you. I want to again give dates. I want the 4th of February for a birthday, and July the 22nd or 27th for a passing. Okay, so I'll leave those dates with you with love from the
Thank
spirit
you.
world, okay?
Thank you, Veronica.
Ruth, could I come to you, please? Sorry, Ruth Jones.
Hello.
So I forgot there's 2 Ruths there. Hi, Ruth, are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
I've got a lady and a gentleman that have come close together. The lady, I feel, would have been cuddly like myself, but maybe even a bit bigger than myself. A lady that I don't feel too tall with either. And the gentleman, I feel, would have been a nice build, I want to say, you know, strong, healthy, fit kind of build. And he's showing me with a thick jacket on, but not one of these modern jackets. I want like a not blazer, a blazer that would a work jacket, but would have been smart. Is this description making sense?
Not sure yet.
Not sure. Okay. With the lady, I feel that towards the end there, she would have suffered for quite a lot with confusion and not being sure what day or time it was, and would have struggled to find the words at times as well before she passed.
No, I don't know anyone like that.
You don't know anybody like that?
No.
Can I just check whether I'm still with Julia then? Sorry, Julia, am I still with you with this lady?
Oh, I missed it, sorry.
Don't worry. A lady that would have been bigger than myself and would have had a lot of confusion before she passed.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, Ruth, sorry. That not too tall in height either.
Yeah, average.
Yeah. And she comes with a gentleman that would have worn a jacket, but it would have been a work more, you know, the old donkey jackets, that kind of
Okay.
a thick workman kind of coat
I'm not-
jacket.
I'm not sure about the gentleman.
Granddad.
I'm not. It could be a grandfather, but definitely the lady is a gran.
Okay, okay. Well, they come together here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it would make sense if it was grandma and granddad there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that with the gentleman, your granddad, he would have worked with his hands. It would have been outdoor work. There would have been a lot of fresh air with the work that he did.
Yeah.
Okay. And with the lady, very much home-based. I've got her with 4 children. But I feel that she would have lost children in pregnancies as well. Okay, so I don't know whether that would have been known about, because it wasn't always talked about in those days.
Yeah.
But she's very much home. The smell of baking with her as well, and I've got like mince pies, that kind of baking with her. She much preferred the baking than the run-of-the-mill meals, but at the same time, Sunday lunch was something to behold at times, because there would have been just piles of everything, lots of different vegetables and all of that. She really went to town on Sunday lunch, because it was very much a family time, when she would want all of the family together. And she's talking about people making excuses of not always being able to come, but it would be one time that she'd always want people there.
Okay.
I'll leave that for you to work through with that. I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Good. She's talking about doors opening, and okay, I'll describe this door she's showing me. It's a blue door, a darkish blue, not navy blue, but a darkish blue door, with panels top and bottom. And she's opening this door into a corridor, with a rug on the floor, and there being tiles as well. And in terms of wiping down, because a dog.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know whether this description.
It doesn't. I don't think it rings any bells. I can't think of that door.
Okay.
At the moment.
I wanted to. I think there's a few things coming in there that are getting mixed up, because I feel that door is symbolic.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very much symbolic of opening a new door for you. Okay. There's new doors opening for you.
Okay.
And opening up into new adventures. Okay. Now I feel with this dog that is a dog in the spirit world that you would be able to connect with.
Yes.
And this dog very much stays by your side through your journeys. Okay. And this dog will be by your side going through this symbolic new door into your new adventures.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would you understand feeling as though your hand's being licked? You've just been sitting and suddenly you felt wet on your hand as though it had just been licked?
I can't really, but
okay. Can you watch out for that? Because I feel it's this dog making its presence felt known to you. Okay.
Okay.
And the a wet nose on on your hand, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just him making his presence known for you.
Lovely. That's
okay.
lovely.
I'll leave you with that. Bless you.
Thank you, Veronica.
Okay. Betty, can I come to you, please?
Hi, Veronica.
Hi, Betty. you're developing to be a medium, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because as I came to you, I've got the spirit children running around, and that's usually my guide's way of letting me know somebody's either working towards being a medium or is a medium.
Yeah.
And we're talking about guides here, and right, there's been a change of guides recently, and with that a change of temperature, that you used to feel quite warm when your guides came close, and suddenly you're feeling quite cold. There's this coldness coming down all your right hand side. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, yeah, it does.
And they're just finding finding ways of working with you and your energies. Okay.
Okay.
So that the energies that you are using will meld with the energies that they're using, and it'll just take some time to balance things out. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And get that working smoothly for you. Because they're saying that you wanted to work in a different way, and that suited them great. Okay, would that make sense to you?
I've thought about another way, but yeah.
Well, they're agreeing with that other way then.
Okay.
That's obviously what they mean, that they're quite happy to work in that new way with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. I've got with me a lady who I feel is making me, she must be one of your guides, because she's making me feel very, very tall with her. Oh, you swap places. Can't find where you are now. Oh, there you are. She's making me feel very, very tall, and this is her that comes through when you feel cold. Would that make sense to you, or are you just feeling the cold at the moment?
I'm just feeling cold at the moment, yeah.
Right. Well, it's very much a lady that's making me feel so tall with her, and a beautiful, beautiful smile and piercing blue eyes. Okay. And right. Have you had a dream where you woke up suddenly feeling that you had piercing blue eyes looking at you?
No.
No. Can you watch out for that then? Because again, it's almost as though that they're coming to you in dream state,
right?
And it's just these piercing blue eyes making contact with you. But actually, because they're so piercing, it's like a shock. It might wake you up. Okay.
Yeah.
So just be aware that I've said that.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't worry about it, because it's just your guides here, one of your guides here.
Okay.
You know, just making sure that you're okay about it. Okay. Right. You would understand a lady in the spirit world. Oh no, it's not spirit world. You can place me a lady on the earth plane who's had problems with their legs recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel it's circulation problems that are going on there, and the lower part of the legs are low. I'm getting hips there as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, it's just bringing healing, that blue light healing into those pains and problems that the lady on the earth plane has got with the legs. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's me actually.
It's you. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. And you would understand a passing in the last couple of weeks, please.
No. Well, say a
Oh,
couple of weeks. So about 8 weeks.
8 weeks, couple of months. Okay. So right. Again, a gentleman, please.
No,
you're going to say a lady. Okay, right. It's a gentleman that I've got with me, and I feel it's connected to the lady that passed. So the gentleman that I've got with me, I feel would have had blonde, light sandy blonde, that kind of coloured hair.
Yeah.
I feel quite a happy, positive kind of attitude to the outside world with this gentleman, but I feel at times he could get quite cross with himself, but that could come back out sometimes, being cross with the world outside of him.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel he was waiting there for this lady when she passed.
Yeah, that's what we believe happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he is he's confirming that he
Okay.
was there for her. He wouldn't let her down. Not at that point.
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's saying within that he knows that he let her down many times in her life, but he wouldn't have done it then.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
He's moved on so much since being in the spirit world, and
Yeah.
recognized why he was so angry at times, because
Okay.
it was very much about him, not anybody else, although
Yeah.
it got taken out on everybody else. He recognizes how much it was him, and it was his journey to understand that. And
Okay.
he's just sorry that he didn't get to that understanding while he was still on the earth plane, because it would have made a big difference to a number of people in a lot of different ways, I feel.
Okay.
Okay. He's showing me a book, is it a Bible, that it has been read. Would you understand a book that you go to for inspiration, please?
Yeah, my Bible.
Oh, it is your Bible. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's saying about just letting it fall open, and there is a message for you from him when you do that. Okay, so just hold your Bible, think of him, let it open, and you will see the message from him. And just in the words of the Bible, it's not that it's a slip of paper or anything.
No.
It's the words that you'll read there, and that is from him. And he needn't say anything more than that, he says. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
So I'm going to leave that with you. I want, where are we? August the 14th as an anniversary. Okay, so a joyful anniversary. So I want a birthday or even a wedding around that time. Okay. And I want a passing in January, and I want early January, around the 4th or 5th of January for a passing. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So I'll leave those two dates with you
Yeah.
to have a look at, because I know people don't carry them around with you.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So a lot of love from the spirit world, and especially this gentleman. Okay.
Okay then. Thank you very much, Veronica.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
One more then, Veronica.
Yeah.
That's
Can
okay
I come,
with you?
Sandy, can I come to you, please?
Hi.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Veronica.
As I come to you, I've got a lady that would have had a lot of pain and a lot of problems in her lower stomach, so around the gynecological area. But I want bowel within that as well. So just gripes and pains, that a lot of problems in that whole area. A lady that I don't feel too big with. I want certainly smaller than myself, and towards the end there I feel that she would have lost actually quite a bit of weight. Can you place this lady, please?
Yeah, we can. Yes.
Okay. A lady that I feel that would have worn her hair quite short because she's not liking my long scrubbly hair. So she certainly would have liked smart hair and, you know, nicely done hair, I want to say.
Yeah.
And that would be quite her personality as well, that she could be known for her tutting, let's say. It would
Yeah.
if she didn't approve,
Yeah.
you'd get one of her
Yeah.
tuts.
Yeah.
And I feel that at times she could, and she's recognizing it herself. I don't think she would have recognized when she was on the earth plane, but I feel at times she would have been quite bitter, that she felt that things should have gone more her way in life as such, and could feel quite that they didn't, that she was kind of owed something in some way. But as I say, on the earth plane, I don't think she would have recognized that that's how she was at all. But
yeah, you've got that right.
Sorry?
You've got that right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But part of her transition and looking back over her life, she's recognized how much her personality had been affected by expectations that she had about life for herself, that she expected life to just work around her in some way, and of course it didn't. And the reason she's particularly bringing this in is that you will understand somebody on the earth plane who's exactly the same and is expecting the world to operate around them rather than, well, what can I do for others? Well, hang on, what are they doing for me? Yeah. Would you understand that?
I think so. We think so. But you've got her off to a T. That's definitely her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel it's a gentleman on the earth plane. Okay, a younger gentleman,
right?
Than your age group, kind of thing. That has got this kind of expectation and isn't expecting to give anything to get anything.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
You've got that.
Yeah.
Okay. All she's saying is that he will learn. Okay. And it might be the hard way. Okay.
Yeah.
But you being there for him will help that journey. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she's saying you're certainly not like that, because you give. You don't expect anything in return and you just give. That is one of the most spiritual gifts that you've got, is that way of being. And she didn't recognize that when she was on the earth plane. She would have said you're just a doormat kind of thing, rather than actually recognizing you had much more strength than she ever did, because you give and keep giving no matter what. Okay. So spirit world do very much recognize the gifts that you've got with spirit because of your own spirit, if that makes sense. Yeah. And they very much thank you for the work that you do. All right.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody put you down for being a giver. Okay. Because that puts you way up there. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
I want to give you July the 22nd as an anniversary, and again I want positive uplifting, so I want birthday or wedding with that. And I've got October the 19th for a passing as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll leave those dates with you, and a lot of love from the spirit world.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you very much.
Bless you. Thank you. You all right, Kevin?
Yes, Veronica, beautiful. Thank you very much. You had some beautiful readings given there and some lovely validation. So thank you. I'm sure everybody would agree. It was very interesting to watch. So thank you. Okay, that's all that's left now is our notifications. Our next service will, as usual, be next Saturday, which is 31st of October, which is, of course, Halloween. It will be at the usual time, 7 p.m. And our guest medium will be Liam James. Liam has been here not so long ago, but he is standing in for someone who couldn't make it next week. Please feel free to join our Amadeitist group on Facebook, where we advertise all our weekly events, if I remember to post them. And there are other events going on, so it's well worth joining just to see what else is going on within Amadeitist. Please note also that you can request distant healing for yourself or a loved one through our website, and they will be included in our daily absent healing or distant healing at 10 a.m. every morning. So it's worth putting their name forward, and you can do that through the website at amadeitist.org. Okay, I shall now hand over to Veronica for our closing prayer, which will be followed by our closing hymn.
Can we once again join together and thank our loved ones and friends in the spirit world for joining us here this evening? Can we take the love that they've brought with them into our everyday lives, that we may share it with strangers through a smile and through a gift of giving? Amen.
Amen.
God be with you till we meet again. By his counsel's guide uphold you, with his sheep securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again.
God be with you till we meet again. Neath his wings securely hide you. Daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we meet again. Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet. Till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet again.
God be with you till we meet again. When life's perils they confound you, put his arms unfailing round you. God be with you till we meet again.
Till